Tesla is frustrated and irritated about the delays of the approval process of Gigafactory Berlin. Tesla complains of Giga Berlin's irritating approval process. That was a quote, irritating approval process, as Musk is now trying to impose his will. Tesla has been building its new plant in Grünheide near Berlin for months, so far only with provisional approvals. Now Tesla CEO Elon Musk is trying to impose his will and speed on the German authorities and speaks of quote-unquote glaring problems. That was a statement from Tesla. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and EV news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage. As well as if you would like to help us, please like this video and give it thumbs up and hit that button, and that will be greatly appreciated. So Tesla criticizes now the approval process for its electric car plant near Berlin, known as Giga Berlin. The US electric car manufacturer argues in a statement that the factory is helping to combat global warming by spreading e-mobility. Quote, "The German approval framework for individual and infrastructure projects as well as for spatial planning is in direct contrast to the urgency of planning and implementing such projects, which is necessary to combat climate change," criticized Tesla. Particularly irritating, that was a quote, particularly irritating for Tesla is that 16 months after the application, there is still no schedule for issuing a final approval. The most glaring problem is that in current procedures and laws, projects that fight climate change and those that accelerate in are treated equally. Most glaring problem was a quote. So Tesla is saying that the most glaring problem is that in current procedures and laws, projects that fight climate change and those that accelerate the climate change are treated equally. These are two conflicting and opposing things, right? How they should be treated equally. So Tesla has so far built the plant Giga Berlin with preliminary approvals. The work was repeatedly interrupted following the procedure of environmental associations. Tesla expressed itself in that statement in a proceeding, a lawsuit between the German environmental aid called DUH and Federal Republic before the Higher Administrative Court Berlin Brandenburg. The number is OVG 11A22/21. The DUH, German Environmental Agency, the German Environmental Aid Agency, demands that the federal government be forced to set up a program to achieve the national climate protection target of 2030. Tesla submitted the statement as a quote-unquote friend of the court, as it was in the interest of the trial to share the experience. In German court proceedings, however, the role of the friend of the court is not intended. So Tesla's position will not play a role in the decision. The DUH, the German Environmental Agency, took note of Tesla's statement with interest, saying Managing Director Sascha Müller-Krenner, according to a report from the Welt, Tesla is hoping for a positive effect on its own approval process for the factory in Grünheide. Now, Tesla also suggests 10 measures for improvement. Tesla wants to start production in its first European plant in Grünheide in Brandenburg in the summer, and over time will manufacture 500,000 cars per year. The US electric car maker is currently building the Giga Berlin, as I've said, with preliminary approvals. The work has been repeatedly interrupted following the procedure of environmental associations. According to the report, Tesla also criticizes the fact that most documents still have to be submitted in paper form. Digitization should therefore be mandatory, demands Tesla. In the statement, that instead of the digitization going by paper form takes time, right? In the statement, Tesla proposed 10 measures to improve the approval process. This includes accelerated procedures for sustainable projects as well as consideration of indirect effects on the environment. At present, indications of relatively minor local consequences could prevent positive projects on a larger scale, argued the US company Tesla in that statement. Tesla also criticized the fact that public participation encourages abuse, that was a quote, encourages abuse by some of the current regulations. Large hearings rewarded volume instead of substance, said Tesla. As you remember, there were several public hearings on the construction of Giga Berlin, where hundreds of concerns from the local populations, including water, environment, and so on, were presented, and that kind of also slowed down the Giga Berlin construction. But I am also in favor of being checks and balances in every construction or in every undertaking. At present, indications of relatively minor local impacts could prevent large-scale positive projects. DUH boss Jürgen Resch replied, according to the Welt, under no circumstances should civil society's opportunities to participate be restricted. Müller-Krenner adds that he is not sure whether Tesla has the same goal as we. Now, we're talking about 500,000 Model Y electric vehicle crossovers from Giga Berlin per year. Tesla plans to start production at Giga Berlin in the summer and over time will manufacture 500,000 Model Y SUVs per year, or its Model Y and Model 3 together. If the company reaches its production target in Grünheide, around 15 million tons of CO2 emissions could be avoided on Europe's roads every year, argues Tesla. Delaying approval by a month would lead to over 1 million tons of additional CO2 emissions. If unnecessary delays were eliminated and the final approval decision accelerated, Germany could achieve its goal as set out in the Federal Climate Protection Act. According to the Manager magazine, the German Association of the Automotive Industry, named VDA, called VDA, reckons that the Tesla plant could create 10,000 jobs. Politicians should therefore be interested in quickly resolving the conflict with Tesla. As I had this report almost finished and read, there was another update, friends. A German deputy said Tesla names what many others also have problems with in Germany. At Giga Berlin, Tesla names what many other companies in automotive and others also have problems with. Climate protection projects are all too often blocked by bureaucratic and unclear procedures. So Oliver Krischer, Deputy Parliamentary Group Leader and Traffic Expert of the Green Parliamentary Group, supports Tesla's criticism of bureaucratic obstacles to climate protection projects and slow decision-making processes regarding Giga Berlin's final approval. Kircher told Heilbronn Voice, saying, quote, Tesla names what has long been bothering many others in connection with the energy and transport turnaround in Germany. 15 years of CDU-led federal governments have climate protection projects all too often being bureaucratic and unclear procedures. Tesla slows down the transformation that we need to achieve the climate goals, especially with the expansion of renewable energies or the turnout in transport. Kircher added also, saying the CDU-led federal government have increased the problem over the electoral periods instead of reducing it. So-called acceleration laws have often had the opposite effect and created legal uncertainty. It has not been possible to better interlink the individual steps in complex proceedings. According to Press Portal, the Greens politician also emphasized that the potential of digitization is hardly used in approval procedures. In addition, clear regulations are finally needed for good and early public participation and uniform standards for environmental and species protection. This is the only way to ensure a high level of plant security. Well, friends, what do you think about these things? You know that in a statement on Thursday, Tesla reprimanded the approval process for the factory in Grünheide near Berlin. Tesla said the German approval framework for industry and infrastructure projects, as well as for spatial planning, is in direct contrast to the urgency of planning and implementing such projects, which is necessary to combat climate change. Particularly irritating, Tesla said, is that 16 months after the application, there is still no schedule for issuing a final approval. And the most glaring problem, Tesla said, is that the current procedures and laws projects the fight climate change, and those that accelerate it are treated equally. Tesla has so far built the plant with preliminary approvals. Now, to be fair, the German government also, please in our YouTube channel search by why Tesla Giga Berlin factory is still not fully approved. You will see that Tesla has been delaying some necessary documents as well. So it's not only the German government's fault. Tesla needs to learn better the German, but you know, digitization may be a good thing to do. That will speed up the process. Well, let me know your thoughts, friends, on this. This is Armin Harayan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and EV news. Ring the bell so you don't miss my next Tesla story when you subscribe, and also give us thumbs up and like it and share in social media. You will help to speed up the acceleration of green vehicle adoption by putting it in front of more people. And please, we're also hiring automotive journalists, very competitive pay. If anyone is interested, please contact me using our contact information at TorqueNews.com/contact. Have a great day. God bless you, everyone. Peace be with all of you.